Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
I have a question that my wife and I bought a house worth around $2.5 million. And we have another house which is worth around $1.3 million. And it has $500K remaining. We have rented it out. It's around $4,000 per month. So our salary is around $900,000. So we were just kind of concerned whether to kind of keep the rental property or sell it off. The rental is coming like pretty nicely, like it's around $4,500, which is kind of like covering all the mortgages and any other insurance and stuff like that. So I was just wondering what your thought is on that.
Yeah. What is the mortgage on your current home?
It's around $2 million.
Okay, so you've got $2.5 million. Do you have any other debt outside of these two mortgages?
Just a car loan, maybe $40K.
Okay. Well, you're calling us because your plan isn't working as you wanted it to. There's some stress here, and I would feel it. If I was over $2.5 million in debt, regardless of my income and how great things were right now, in the back of my mind, I would be knowing this is a house of cards. It could all come crashing down any minute.
Yep.
And so you want to reduce risk in your life. You're using language like, well, it's just a $40K car loan. That's kind of what gets us here, right? You guys have an just undeniably insane income. And yet what happens is you just go, well, we can acquire more and handle more payments. And it leads us to this place where we have to decide, do we want to keep going down this road, or do we want a more peaceful path? So if I was in your shoes, I'm going to try to reduce that risk. So you have an amazing income. How much extra margin do you have at the end of each month?
So we have around cash coming in around $25K after all the 401K savings and everything. We have around $1 million in stock, and around 401K is around another $1 million.
Okay, and the stock is non-retirement, right? It's fully vested?
Yes, that's correct.
So you could sell a whole bunch of that and knock out a lot of this debt. You could knock out the car loan instantly and knock out the rental loan instantly and make about, a quarter progress on your own mortgage.
That's absolutely correct. My wife and I, my wife kind of feels that the rental is self-paying, so why should we worry about it? Let's just the renters pay for our mortgage pretty much. And I'm trying to convince kind of lowering the risk. So I don't know.
Do you remember, I don't know if you remember, it was a while ago. There was this thing called COVID, and people quit working, and then the local government said they don't have to pay rent and you can't evict them.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep, I do.
So I would assume the mortgage on your rental property is not very safe. Because you don't ever know. Wow. And especially in California with the squatting laws, the resident, y'all have good tenants, and God bless you. Because those tenants can go south in a hurry, and it might be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 2 years. You guys get tied up in court, but the bank doesn't care. They want to get paid every month.
And the other risk is having all of this money tied up in a single stock and a single company. So I like the idea of offloading it for other reasons, other than just getting debt-free.
My mom worked at this company called Enron that used to do that, gave everybody a lot of stock. And I had friends who went to bed, millionaires, who woke up one morning with $0 because all their retirement was in stock in that company. So yeah, man, if you're talking to me and George, our families, our houses, we'd sell that stock and start paying off everything we own, man. I'd much rather have two tangible assets, two homes I can go see, than a company saying, no, I promise, we're worth it. I'd much rather that, man.
Okay.
So and especially you're too rich to be holding a loan on a depreciating asset like a vehicle, man.
Okay, sounds good. So I have some extra $5,000 per month that I can contribute towards my mortgage. Do you recommend me putting that into the mortgage too?
Yeah, once the car's paid off, then your next step, if you're filtering this through our Ramsey baby steps, you should be completely consumer debt-free with a fully funded emergency fund, then begin investing 15%. Then any money beyond that can go to kids' college and paying off the mortgage early.
Okay.
And with your income, I think sit down with your wife, show her, okay, here's where we're at, here's where we could be. And if we go down this path, we sell the stock, we become debt-free, we free up that rental mortgage payment, we free up a car payment, we have all this extra money, we could tackle our own mortgage and probably be done with that with your income in under 5 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. And how old are you two?
We are 39 and 40.
Think about that. You're in your mid-40s, and you will have, I'm not even saying sell the rental property. You could keep it if you're going to knock it out and reduce some of the stress and increase the cash flow. You'd be sitting with about a $4 million net worth of paid-for property in your mid-40s.
And $1 million in your retirement fund.
Yeah.
So you're worth $5 million, free and clear. And here's the thing you have then that you don't have right now. Absolute freedom. Peace.
And guess what? Your buddies are going to think this advice is stupid. They're going to be like, you should buy 9 more properties and leverage all the debt and do a HELOC on the first one. That's what's going on out there in the culture, but they don't live your life. They don't pay your bills. They don't know what happens inside your home, what's happening inside your body, how you're feeling about it. And that's where John and I go, we're solving for freedom all day long. And you're in an amazing position where you have $1 million sitting there in stock. You have about $1 million income. This problem is pretty easy to solve. But the hard part is the choice and getting your wife aligned on this.
I think the new wealth moving forward in the 21st century, George, is can you fall asleep on your pillow at night? I think the new status of wealth, like Dave used to say, it's not the BMW. I think the new status of wealth is nobody owns me and my family. Mm-hmm. Me and my family have freedom. We've got peace. And man, I don't care how little or how big your salary is, solve for that, man. You change everything in your home.
Well said. Thanks for the call, Nitish. Good conversation.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.